Over the years, the World Junior Hockey Championship has seen some crazy moments. But today, I'm here to talk about one of the best games in the history of the tournament that somehow flies under the radar. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada versus USA in the gold medal game. This was gonna be a classic. We're gonna have to backtrack a little bit though. Everybody knows that when December comes around and it's World Juniors time, Canada's always gonna be a favorite taking home the gold. But saying that Canada was a heavy favorite in this game would be the understatement of a lifetime. These guys were on a streak like no other.
Lisa, look out! Could have had him lined up and just missed it. It's a double Dion! Make it back-to-back gold medals. Canada brings it home in Vancouver. Canada the lead. Here comes Dave. Shoots scores! Peter Mueller in. Up by Price. Canada's going to the gold medal game. Bias loose behind the goal. Takes a whack at it. They score! Matt Halishuk with a golden goal for Canada. Canada rules in Ottawa. World Junior champions for a fifth straight year.
But this year, the USA were not to be taken lightly. These guys were stacked. Led by top scorers Derek Stepan, Kyle Palmieri, and Jerry D'Amigo, USA's depth is really what killed. Tyler Johnson, Cam Fowler, Chris Kreider, John Carlson, Jason Zucker, and Jake Gardner would all go on to have great careers in the NHL. And that goes without mentioning that between the pipes, Mike Lee had been an absolute brick wall all tournament long. Now, unfortunately for the US, Canada was equally as stacked. Their three-headed monster of Jordan Eberle, Taylor Hall, and Alex Pietrangelo led the team in scoring, but depth pieces like Nazem Kadri, Ryan Ellis, and Braden Shen, as well as Jake Allen between the pipes, kept USA as the huge underdog. Both teams would have relatively easy paths to the final. After topping the group, Canada would get a bye to the semifinal, where they would dummy Switzerland 6-1. And the USA would take down both Finland and Sweden in convincing fashion en route to the gold medal game in Saskatoon. As all 15,000 fans in the Credit Union Center in Saskatoon watched, the puck dropped and it was game time. And it took no time at all for the action to begin.
Tipped it from Allen down. Jared Hall takes a look. Kadri walks the line, sends it in front. Jordan Kyrou shoots, that goes wide. Looking for Hall. Hall gets hammered into the end board, but Matt Donovan thought there should have been a penalty.
As intensity ramped up, the ice was about to get broken.
For Jordan Kyrou, center it down.
Down one just 3 minutes into the game, the USA were not panicking. Soon enough, they knew they would get a few chances of their own.
And breaking into Tyler Johnson, he can find Johnson in, taking down the penalty. Good on call.
Tyler Johnson actually goes down on his own board. Right in that situation, he's down on his own.
Ryan Bourque for Jordan Schrader working in. Schrader back in, shot stopped by Allen. Canada losing Travis Hamonic in the semifinals has had to adjust. And in comes Kreider. Kreider with a shot, score!
With the crowd absolutely stunned, the Americans continued the onslaught.
Works away, he's got Schrader and Zucker with him. And now in front, Schrader shoots, he scores! Jordan Schrader gives the U.S. the lead.
But Canada responded quickly.
Taylor Hall chips it down for Nevis. Up ahead for Kadri. Nazem Kadri feeds it in front, bouncing by Nevis, scores!
After 3 goals in just over 2 minutes, the intensity didn't slow down at all.
Shoots through traffic, Allen rebound, loose in front. Allen swept that away. And in comes Christo with a chance, getting around two. Christo sends it in front. They bang away. Drops it back for Palmieri. Shoots off the basket out. He's stepping. Gardner up for more. And he's buried from behind. But Pietrangelo penalty coming up. If Laxton gives him a hitting from behind penalty, it's 2 and 10, which would leave Canada without a defenseman for a long time. And I believe that is the call.
Starting the second period shorthanded was the least of Canada's worries. 10 minutes without their top defenseman was bound to come back to bite them in the end.
Carlson tees it up, scores! Power play goal. The Americans are back on top.
And in Pietrangelo's absence, the onslaught would continue.
Donovan lines ahead. Donovan across the line, working in. Donovan shoots. Allen Johnson's on the line and cleared away by Calvin DeHaan, and Jake Allen looking very shaky in the Canadian goal. Plays it across to Nemes. Nemes feeds it in front, loose puck. Hall kicks it. Leach. Ryder back out there, drops for Stepan. Shoots. Allen got enough of that to knock it wide. Luke Adam. Back for Taylor Hall. Now Canada changing. Hall shoots it. Bouncing in the air. Loses it from the score.
That just goes straight in, up and over. Mike Lee makes that go up and over himself.
After allowing 3 weak goals, Mike Lee was yanked for a 17-year-old Jack Campbell. Even after the goaltending change, the mayhem would continue.
Works it down to Domingo. Jerry Domingo in. Stopped by Allen. Loose puck in front. McRae shows it across. Allen leaps out and knocks that down the ice. McRae as Canada changes. McRae drops. Cristo shoots. Allen gloves that and hangs on. In comes Everly. Everly works it on Donovan. Shoots. Campbell by McMillan.
John McMillan's doing on the back end.
McMillan down. He was hammered there. And here's Ellis back with it. He fires. Campbell makes the save. Loose in front. Connery takes the swag out. And here comes Everly. He's got Henrique with him. Everly in. Shoots. Stopped by Campbell. Schrader to try to knock it out, but Ryan Ellis keeps it alive for Everly. Everly walks it in. Shoots. He just missed far side. Everly with it. He's got McMillan with him. Jordan Everly into the feet of McMillan. Works his way in. Shoots. It goes wide. Brandon Cozen whips it across. In comes Ellis. Shoots. That goes wide. Up the other side. Cozen couldn't reach it. Everly walks in. Waits. What a move. Everly shoots. Oh, he missed short side. Right the pressure. Now Palmieri chips it ahead for Thornton. Palmieri shoots. Here's a centering pass by Stepan. For Domingo. Working in front. What a shot blocked by Scandella.
As the final frame began with the score deadlocked at 3, something had to break.
Cozen jumps in across the line. In, shoot, hit the crossbar. Here's Hall. Carberry shoots. Oh, what a stop by Campbell. 17-year-old is almost literally standing on his head. Now a steal by Cristo. Ahead to Domingo. To Stepan. Stepan in front. Domingo scores.
With Canada on their heels, things would go from bad to worse in an instant.
Now Domingo back the other way. The Maple Leaf pick. Drops down on Allen. Follow the puck. Loose in front. Stepan scores.
After the absolute stinker by Allen, Martin Jones took his spot in the crease. The players on the Canadian bench knew that they needed to get something going quick.
Sends it in front. Campbell save, and Everly had a stick tied up by Palmieri. And away they come again. Morin works in. Shoots. Jones makes the stop, and it just trickles wide. Up ahead to Cozen. Sees it back in front. Here's a chance for Scandella. Back center. Campbell back to play. Puts it right in the stick. In front. Oh, to Connery. Block shot by Ramage.
American shot blocker.
In comes Everly. Connery shoots a one-timer done by Campbell. Shan. Brayden Shan feeds it down in front. Carroll tapped it wide. Campbell down and goes. Feeds it down to Shan. Shoots. Campbell pants in. Rebound. Ball. Backhand shot. Oh, what a chance in front. In the U.S. zone. Now gives the puck away to Palmieri. Watch it. It shoots. He missed high and wide. Penalty to Palmieri. And a penalty to...
But on what seemed like a harmless play, the entire game was quickly about to change. Although early into the power play, Canada struggled to get anything going, they knew a goal was coming. For the entire third period, the U.S. were hanging on by a thread. Eventually, something had to break.
Pietrangelo shoots. That's blocked by Schrader. Pietrangelo gets it back. Plays it across. And he scores! And that goal by Jordan Everly ties him and John Tavares for the all-time Canadian lead and cements his reputation as a clutch player.
With just under 3 minutes remaining, Canada still needed to get another goal. But if you know your World Junior history, you'd know that Canada had zero fear of playing from behind, especially against the Americans. On New Year's Eve in the last 2 tournaments, Canada shocked the Americans with 2 iconic comeback wins. In 2008, they fell down 3-0 in the first, but heroics from John Tavares and Jordan Eberle helped Canada take the game home. And just 6 days before the gold medal game, Canada found themselves in a very similar hole. Down 2 goals late in the third, Canada did exactly what they did a year prior. If there was ever a time for them to do it again, it was right now. And soon after the goal from Eberle, they would get a chance.
Now Luke Adam in. Adam bears in. Wraparound to Canada. Oh, Cozen put it wide.
Around the wraparound, it's wide open for Brandon Cozen. But if he's in front of the icing line, that's a gimme for him.
That wouldn't have been a good headline anyway. Brandon Cozen, the hero? Who even is that? There was one man and one man only that was going to get it done tonight. He's already tied a Canadian record. He's in his home province. He's been all over the ice tonight, chance after chance. In just 2 years of playing for Canada, he has scored a handful of clutch goals, including the most famous one in Canadian history. If he got it done tonight, it would forever cement his name as a legend in Canadian hockey history.
Back to Hall. Taylor Hall to Kadri. Back in front. Ellis hammered the ball. Campbell saved. Ellis got it. He's done it again.
You want money and you want magic, you call Jordan Eberle. Because this guy just makes it happen. It's tied at 5, 1:35 to go. This place is going on.
In impossible fashion, this one was headed for OT.
And yes, I can't believe it. Because we've seen it too many times before. Underway in OT, 4-on-4.
As OT kicked off, you could sense the nerves. With both teams playing as timid as possible, soon enough, the chances would come.
Playing for Team USA in overtime against Canada. Ryan Bourque in, shoots, Jones the save, bobbles the rebound of Hayes, and Kozin lays it back. Colton Tuber, a long shot. Campbell the save through traffic, and then lays it back to Pietrangelo, shoots. Oh, Campbell got just enough of that, it went inches wide.
After an uneventful first 4 minutes, the game was about to be blown wide open.
Donovan comes back, and then he goes for Schrader. Jordan Schrader on Colton Tuber. In comes Schrader, loose in front, stopped by Jones.
After the great chance from Schrader, Canada were about to get a huge break.
Breathless pace here in overtime. Kadri with Bourque. Pietrangelo shoots. Campbell the save on the puck. Squirts down in front. 3-on-1. In comes Carlson with Stepan and Ramage. Carlson in, shoots, scores! John Carlson scores in overtime, and the United States has won.
He scores! The U.S. wins the gold medal! John Carlson has done it, and the building is quiet again.
Canada's run of 5 straight is over, and the United States has won the gold medal for the second time in its history.